Hey everybody. Sorry about that. Y'all, I thought I ain't do nothing right. How about that? Hey guys. Cause I'm trying to do stuff and I'm thinking my intro is about to start and nope. And nope. Hey Sam. Hey for the future. Hey Shia Sunshine. How y'all doing? Happy Friday, everybody. Hey fam. Hey Mr. BS. Let's see. I'm catching up, y'all. So how's everybody? Happy Friday, y'all. Hold on, because like I said, I didn't do something I need to do. Hold on, it is my fault that the intro didn't play because I took it off when I accidentally ended my live last time. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. Actually, I am. Hold on, y'all. Uh, I'm gonna get it together. I promise. Give me 1 second. Just one. The second hasn't started yet, so don't y'all start. Don't start. I already know somebody in the chat said something. The second is coming. It hasn't started. It starts. The thing want to go slow. Hurry up. Okay. The second starts now. Okay. I'm here. I'm back. I'm ready. Hey guys. Happy Happy Friday. Hey Lynette. How you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Hey Burner Girl. How you doing, sis? Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? How's y'all week been? Y'all know this was a short week for me, so I I sorry y'all. Look, distraction. I need to plug that up. Okay. I need to plug that up and I need to put that down. How about that? How was y'all week? How's everybody doing? It was a long week for you? Really? You had a long week? It's I can get that because listen, it wasn't for me only. Well, even with me being off for 3 days, I kept myself busy those 3 days. So there's that. Yours has been okay. Awesome. Well, the weekend is here now, so fam, maybe you can kind of coast through the weekend. Maybe that will help, for having such a long week. I'm just saying. But mine was pretty good. I got a lot done. I only worked 2 days this week, and during the days I was off, I spent time at my garden, um, getting it together. It's not together, but getting it together. Hey, TT. I know. I literally just did it, TT. I look. I thought I was gonna be able to do it while my intro was coming in, and realized there was no intro playing. Looked, and it was live already. I was like, "Oops!" So I had to do it after I started. I'm just saying. Glad it's over. I get that. Hey, girl, dad, how you doing? Happy Friday. Hey, my Renaissance grandma. Happy Friday. You in the bushes? All right. Eating. Ooh, you didn't invite me. You didn't invite me over for some. Just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, I spent time at the garden at the community garden, y'all. So I've been trying to get the plot together y'all, because the weeds have been like taking over. Today I went to the range, so that was fun. I got to finally shoot my shotgun. Hey Precious, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. This week has been a bit of a struggle. My church had oh no. Oh no. I'm assuming it must have been electrical. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Sam, that your church had a fire. Um, but yeah, so I went to the range. Then I went back to the community garden today because I just wanted to check on some things. But one of my neighbors, and I've mentioned her before in my lives because she does content, but she hasn't really been doing content this year. She is actually kind of a little bit throwing her hands up with the garden because life is lifing. Okay, so I had reached out to her and she had kind of told me life was lifing, and that's why she hadn't been out there because her stuff was like I found okra like this big. It was huge. And I harvested it off and put it to the side. And I was like, girl, you could dry that out for seeds because that's not edible. Um, but she told me that she hadn't been out there for weeks. And hey, Tixie. And that she was going to try to get out there this week. I didn't see her at all this week. So when I was out there today, I said, you know what? She had full blushed tomatoes to the point that I knew because I've been seeing them for a while that some of them had to have burst or had some eat on it or whatever. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. I felt that sneeze coming. Um, but I harvested that. I saw cucumbers over there that had the animals had gotten to. And hey, Miss Felicia. Hey, Mike. And happy Friday, by the way. Um, I was like, let me just harvest the stuff, reach out to her. Hey, Carbon, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. And see if she wants to meet up and I can just drop her stuff off to her. Plus, after I went over there, because I had already been looking around to see what she had growing. I saw pumpkin, I saw squash, and I was like, those look fine. She has tons of tomatoes. The bigger tomatoes are fine. None of them are blushing yet, but her cherries were ready to go. But I found potatoes over there, and I was like, I look at these bags, and they have completely died back. So I'm like, that kind of looked like potatoes, but I wasn't sure because the plant completely died back. There was no leaves. I was like, if it ain't potatoes, then I'm sorry for destroying her harvest, but we about to see. So they were potatoes. They did not do well because even though it's rained like crazy here in Ohio, where she had the bags at, I just don't think that the water was hitting it like that. She got potatoes, but just they didn't do as well as they probably could have if she would have been out there more, or if the bags may have been sitting somewhere else where the rain could have benefited the plants. But I harvested all her potatoes. She had like 6 or 7 bags growing potatoes. She had really big bags too, like those might be 15 or 20-gallon bags. Um, I got all the tomatoes, cucumbers, okra, peppers, and I texted her and she said she was really grateful for me doing that for her. And I was like, I can meet you somewhere. I could bring it to you, whatever you want to do. And she told me where she stayed at, which is not far, not far from me or the garden. And I just met up with her and gave her all her stuff. And she said she's going to try to get out there Sunday. I said, let me tell you, you ain't going to clean that up in one day. It's bad. It took me 3 days to get the weeds tackled on my plot. And not 3 days, 2 days, but 3 trips. So, yeah, we'll see. But I was glad to have done that for her because I get it. In the beginning, everything is what it needs to be when you're starting something, and then maybe a curveball gets thrown, and now it's not that simple to do what you were planning on doing. So I get it. I do. I just wanted to help her out some because she's a sweetie. Like when I've been out of town or something, she will water for me. That's probably the last time she was there too during that time. So, what up, David? Is this a cam video or I'm done with you, sir? This is not lingerie, first of all. It's a dress. Um, I'm trying to catch up, y'all. Just making sure I didn't miss anybody or any comments. But it's not so much canning, but preserving. Hey Jags, how you doing? Happy Friday. Um Preserving, stocking up. Hey, life with is it Tasharia? Happy Friday. Welcome in. So it is about preserving though, because the news got me again, y'all. So there was something in my feed on YouTube, and it was actually a CNN news segment, but it was just them going and talking to farmers, and going to these different farmers farms and seeing that there were fruit was really what they kind of focused on, literally rotting on the plants, literally rotting on the plants. Like there were cherry trees where the cherries were literally rotted. There were other fruit trees and stuff. So basically, it was just they didn't have enough help to work the farms. Um, you can guess why. You know what's happening in the world. So a lot of their workers are either not here anymore or scared to work and be sent back to wherever they're from. So yeah, I was like, y'all, this is gonna trickle. Like it's gonna hit these stores again, where everybody's gonna be up in arms about the prices of things. Hey Sylvia, how you doing? Happy Friday. Up in arms about the prices of things, and all those things come some time down when that kind of trickles in, because they won't be able to supply for the demand. Just saying. If you don't have people to harvest it and get it to the stores, that's a problem. So more reason for those of us who already are growing, and you don't have to grow food to be able to stock up your pantry. Okay. So that's why I wanted to have the conversation. Are you someone who does, I do it on the regular, so it's something that I do anyway, but are you someone who typically stocks up your pantry for the winter, the fall winter season, so that for one, you're not in the stores as much buying things. You can have some certain things already on hand. You never know what what will happen as far as snow. Well, because I live in a state that gets snow. Snowstorms that have you stuck in. I have literally had one of those here before. It's been a long time, more than 10 years, actually more than 15. But it has happened where we had feet of snow where we had to dig out just to be able to leave our homes. So that kind of thing happens. We know about the pandemic happening. Like things can happen that can disrupt your normal day-to-day flow. So do you stock up so that that doesn't impact you so much? I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any comments. I'm seeing conversation. Hey, imperfect creations, how you doing? Happy Friday. I'm planning for more freezing. Yes, you've been canning this week. I haven't did so much this week, but I've been canning. I can every time I get the opportunity to do so. Hey, Soul Diva, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Precious said, yes, we stock up in this house. Amen. And I do it for dry freezer canning, every a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I try to, because y'all know I got irritated last year. Look, I done told the tomato story so many times, but I was seriously agitated with myself because I had to go buy uh, diced tomatoes and tomato sauce because I didn't have the forethought to can some. But that will not happen this year. So VR says I stock up. That's what's up. Hey, bougie. Hey, sis, how you doing? Happy Friday. Yes, bougie in the house, y'all. I miss you, girl. Um, Let me see. Hey, Crooked Peach, how you doing? Happy Friday. I haven't had the time to even spell pantry. You better get it together because it's in your YouTube name. Get it together, TT. How you gonna be TT's Urban Pantry and you ain't thinking about your pantry? Girl, get it together. Mm-mm. Yeah. Just finished canning some brisket. Really? Nice. Did you do a video, Sylvia? I'm seeing more importantly than ever that's why I've been whenever I can, I've done a video. That's what you've seen is what I've canned so far. Green beans and greens. Um, but I will be doing my pasta sauce. I'm going to be doing cowboy candy, but I'm saying all that to say I will do content for every single thing I can because I know that sometimes for one, sometimes we don't know a certain canning recipe or even had the thought to can a specific thing. So seeing it makes you feel like, oh yeah, I didn't think about doing that. I want to can that too. And also, even if we're all kind of doing that, like if you saw Tigsy just posted the cowboy candy like a couple days ago, she did a candy video for that. I'm still going to do it because what if somebody is following my channel that's not following Tixie's channel and doesn't see it that Tixie posted it, and vice versa? What if someone is following Tixie that's not following me? They'll see it at Tixie's channel because they won't see me to see my recipe. So don't feel like, oh, I don't want to do it and make somebody think that I'm copying. No, no, no. We're seen by so many different people. Even if the same people see it, guess what? You might do a little something different to yours. So do the video. Do the video because Tixie did something different to hers. So go watch her video to see how she did hers because hers was not just the normal cowboy candy. That's all I'll say. So don't be afraid to do a video on something just because you've seen it. There's a lot of people on YouTube who've done it. I've done cowboy candy before on my channel. I could just say, you know what, I did cowboy candy last year or the year before. I don't remember what, actually 2 years ago. You can go see. No, no, no. I'm going to do it again because I got to can it again anyway. So I'm not going to send people back to that video. There'll be another one coming. Now, if you want to go watch someone, by all means. But I will definitely do another one. Yeah, I done fell behind on the chat because that's what I do. I don't think I missed anything. I try to can my tomatoes and cucumbers every summer. Yep, same. I need pickles, so I'm growing cucumbers. They're slow moving. I think they're about to pick up because the rain has slowed down. So I hope they are. I fertilized one day this week. I think yes, maybe it was the day. I don't know, yesterday or the day before. With some 511. So we'll see. The eggplant plants are doing great. They don't have eggplants on them yet, but they are actually doing great where I have them at. So I am very hopeful that I actually get eggplant this year. But yes, I do the same thing. precious. I do my tomatoes and cucumbers. The tomato plants aren't doing that great mine either. So that's why I wanted to have this conversation also, because that is not the only option for canning. Now, in my opinion, probably precious as well, and most of the people in the chat, the tomatoes we grow is the better option because it tastes better. But I have done my pasta sauce, and I've done salsa with the big cans of tomato that you can get at Costco and Sam's Club. I don't know if I've seen them as much as Sam's. Definitely have seen them at Costco because that's where I get them from. And they sell a big can of Roma tomatoes, and you can can sauces from that. And they're not too pricey. I don't remember how much they are. TT, if you still in the chat, because TT gets them as well. She actually refuses to grow tomatoes. She has a garden, but she won't grow tomatoes. She'll grow like all the other stuff. But anyway, if you know how much they are, can you put that in there? Because I don't remember. But they're not that pricey. So there's other options that you can go about canning up. I know it seems weird because I'm taking some tomatoes that are in a can and then canning them in jars, but I'm changing what it is. They're just tomatoes at that time. I'm making it pasta sauce and then putting it in jars and putting it on the shelf so that when I make pasta, I have sauce. Or I can dice it up and put it into a jar and just have it. Either way, it's still cost-wise, it's costing me less to buy the big can from Costco than to buy small cans at a grocery store just to put on my shelf. Okay. So that's why I do it. I have plenty of garlic. I have plenty of onions. I have peppers coming. I have basil. All the herbs. I have basil. No, I didn't grow oregano. I just grew basil, rosemary, thyme, and parsley. I feel like there's one more. I don't remember. Maybe that's it. Anyway, I have the things I need to go into my sauce, my pasta sauce. I also have the things I need to go into my salsa. So there are other ways to stock up your pantry than just having a garden. If you're someone who doesn't garden, don't feel like, oh, I don't garden, so this is not an option for me. It absolutely is. And y'all know that I am all about meal prepping. So I like to, did you look into the freeze dryer? I did. And then I looked away. Let me tell you why. Because them freeze dryers cost. Okay. So I'm still working on it, but I'm working on it in a different method. So if I get one, y'all gonna absolutely know what that method was if it happens. Okay. Okay. But yes, I did look into it though. But I'm like, I don't wanna. Plus I have to redo the garden. I have to do that. So there's some things that are kind of taking priority over spending for a freeze dryer at the moment. But girl, what I love to have a freeze dryer. Absolutely. I'm barely tea right now. I love you, girl. I'm so done. She been working her butt off this week, y'all. Girl. So I feel for her. Did any so much I'm trying to figure out what that should say. Did any so much stuff that they did anyone are you saying did anyone grow so much stuff that they ran out of room to store it? That's what I'm thinking you're trying to say. No. But I have a lot of storage. So chat, did you do that? Hey, Miss Cheryl. Happy Friday. Um, Thank you, Cricket Peach. She said, hit that thumbs up, y'all. Did y'all hit that thumbs up? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Between Gina and Perfect Creations, I'm going to get my whole life together. That's what's up with the game both of you work. That's what I love. I love that, Soul Diva. Listen, now I was going into the whole meal prepping. I'm a linger on that for a minute because first of all, I haven't done it in a little bit. I did it this year, but it's still been quite a while. And the only thing I prepped in was meatballs and meatloaf, and I did videos for both, and they are on the channel. But it was some months back. But I meal prep. I freezer meal prep. Um, a lot of things with beef. I'm pickier with chicken because um, with chicken, unless I'm just doing a marinade and freezing it, that's about all I'm gonna do. Or maybe if I'm taking some chicken breast and slicing it up so that when I want to make like fajitas or something, I don't have to do that part. That's about all I'm gonna do. I don't cook chicken and freeze it. It's just my thing. I don't. Now my meatloaf and my meatballs, I do not cook before I freeze them. But my girl TT's Urban Pantry does, and it turns out just fine. Um, I just I just want to get the prep of all the things that I put in those two items together and then freeze it the way I'm going to need it when I want to eat it. So I'm making it convenient. I'm doing the same thing the grocery store does in their freezer case in my freezer with my own hands. So I will make 3 or 4 meatloaves at a time. I will shape them. I will put all my ingredients in, all the meat that I'm going to use for it, and then I will separate it out, shape it, um, wrap it in plastic wrap, and then wrap it in foil and date it and label what it is and put it in my freezer. I have had them and I have shown the short of it. It goes back though at least a year or so. Where I've had one before, I want to say it was either almost a year or maybe just over a year that I took out the freezer to cook. It's You can go see it. It looks just fine. It's still the meat is still got color to it. All that is just frozen with all the vegetables and stuff that I will put in it. So all I have to do is sit it out for a while, then put it in the oven, and I have meatloaf. I don't have to be like, oh, I don't feel like doing all that today. It's been done. It's already been done. I do that with meatloaf. I do that with meatballs, and I will cook ground beef. I will ground it up, put it in baggies, and freeze it that way for like tacos or pasta or whatever. That doesn't bother me. I can cook that, pre-cook that, and freeze it crumbled up. I do that a lot. I will take smoked turkey, like smoked turkey legs or the smoked turkey thighs or whatever if you do smoked turkey, and I will cook a bunch of that, and then I would separate it into baggies. That way, whenever I want to make beans or greens or something, the meat done. All I gotta do is dump it in there with the beans and whatever else I'm gonna put in there to season it with, and let that go all day. And I got that thing I want with less work. So I'm all about prepping things down to make my life easier. I prep lasagnas, just like you can go to the store and buy a frozen lasagna. I will prep my lasagna and then freeze it. And then all I have to do is take a lasagna out the freezer the day I want to have lasagna, put it in the fridge, have it in there the night before. And then when I get home from work, throw it in the oven. Like, stop playing. You can do crock pot freezer preps. I used to do those. I don't do them as much because it's just me and my baby girl. So we ain't gonna eat that much stuff from my crock pot preps. That require me to do that ahead of time. So I just don't. Do you have a very, very basic canning video? All of mine, I think, are. I I mean, I think all of mine are. They are not intricate. Canning itself is not really intricate. It's based like some things that people can, they might put extra things in it. I did green beans this year. There's nothing but green beans and water in that jar. I did collards with some kale leaves and some cabbage leaves. The only thing in that jar is that and some water, I think, and like a little bit of salt. a little bit of kosher salt. And I don't think that's a requirement. I'm almost sure that was an optional in the canning book. So to me, mine are basic. I've done jellies, videos of different jellies. I've done peach butter and apple butter. I don't remember if I've done videos for both, but I know at least apple butter for sure there's a video. But I think I also did one for peach butter. I did a salted caramel peaches. Canning in itself, I don't meats. I've canned chicken before. I've canned pot roast before. Literally, all I did is bought a nice size roast, chopped it up, cubed it up, and then cold um, stuffed the jars. So I didn't cook the meat first. I did raw meat, raw packed it is what I'm trying to get to. I raw packed the jars, and um, you just press the meat down as far as you can get it. I can't remember what the head spacing is, but you do add water. You probably could do broth as well, but why? Because meat is going to create a little bit of broth anyway. So you're going to season it to something else when you cook with it. I wouldn't even bother with that part. But I've done roast and I've done chicken, both canned. Easy peasy. Just literally cubing up the meat, dumping it into the jars, pressing it down in there as good as you can get it, adding the right amount of water to it, leaving the right amount of headspace, and putting cleaning off your lid, your the tops of your jars, putting your lids and your rings on, and knowing how long you need to can it. I will say meat, you're going to pressure can it, and I want to say most times it's an hour and a half or more. So, I mean, to me, they're all easy for the future. Let me know if you see, because I try to keep everything simple. My meal preps, everything, and that's my real life. And I like to cook. I literally like to cook. But at the same time, I don't think liking to cook means you're in the kitchen all day. I don't think liking to cook means you need to have 20 ingredients for a recipe. That's just insane to me. When I see, like, I get the whole chefing thing, but come on, it's a little lot. It's a little lot to me because I'm like, listen, I've been eating good my whole life. Aunties and grandparents and stuff that cook, and they ain't doing all that. So, chefy, you ain't got to do all that. But hey, it makes it look cute. It makes people feel sophisticated. So do it. Do what you do. Do what you do. But I'm about shortcutting. Like, what's the main of what's happening with this recipe? I can look at a recipe and I'll see what they doing. And I'm like, see, they didn't need to do all that. I'm gonna make that same thing, but this is what I'm gonna do. And it be turned out great. So don't ever be afraid to switch up how somebody do something. Hey Urban, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Don't be afraid to do that. Because when I tell you, that is me all day. All day. I don't care what nationality the recipe is. I'm going to figure out a way to make it happen without me buying 50 ingredients. Because I've done jerk chicken with all the rich, like from a Jamaican who gave a recipe with all 50,000 ingredients. I've gone out and bought the thing that I'm only going to use one time. I'm like, I'm over that. I've done that with a lot of recipes. So then you'll find someone of the same nationality who's like, oh, you could make the same thing, just find this particular marinade and you're going to get this pretty close to the same flavor. It's not much different. And guess what? If you're making jerk chicken in Jamaica with all the ingredients, everybody's going to taste different anyway. Because unless you're just to the T measuring, which people, we don't. We don't. What measuring? What's the measurement? What? A pinch, a tenth, a little. That's called a measurement to us. Like what? Don't. What? I use measuring cups and spoons for video purposes only. Now you know. And now you know. And I be guessing, okay? Because if it's a canning thing, I ain't gotta guess because it's a book that tells me measurements. But if I'm doing a recipe, like I have a recipe that has done great numbers on YouTube for my dressing and my cornbread dressing, or some people make stuffing. I do dressing, and I can guarantee you, first of all, my dressing don't taste the same every year. Let me start there, because I'm gonna alter something a little bit, like because I'm eyeballing. But for the video, I gave measurements. Now the reason I do for the video is because people need measurements. Measurements are going to get you pretty much there. But that's a dish that you can taste as you go. And if you feel like, and I'm always lenient, I'm light on the salt because I don't use a lot of it myself. But if you feel like you're somebody who needs more of it, you can add more. If you want a little more pepper, you can add more. If you want a little whatever, you can do that. But you can taste it as you go to see if you need to add more. I have had so many people come back to that video to this day, and that video is old, y'all. I made that years ago. To this day, I have several people who come back every year just to let me know they're making it again. I'm making it again this year. This is my family's favorite recipe. Making it again this year, over and over again. For years, I've gotten the same, and I appreciate it. I do. Because I love to see people enjoy foods that I shared a recipe for, and they think it's good as well. I'm like, yeah. But I do get a lot of feedback with that. But I can assure you, those measurements were estimations by my standard of what I think I'm using when I make that dish, because I don't use measurements. I just don't. So I don't see the reason to put extra stuff in any of our canning recipes, because you can do that after the fact. Is what I was, how we got out through all that. Um, she made your mouth water with that recipe. I know that's right, Sylvia. We have different audiences. Absolutely, Miss Felicia. Absolutely. Listen, my oldest, she wants all the measurements and everything. And I'm like, girl, you watched your mama cook. You know I don't be doing all that. I need to know. I want it to taste like yours. Mine don't taste like mine every time. It tastes different. Like, what does mine taste like? But yeah, I get it though, because I was the same way with my mama. Um, hey, big dog Reg, how you doing? Happy Friday. We're constantly getting new subscribers. We should also always repeat our material occasionally, and that's why I do. And that's why I do. Plus, sometimes my video quality at that time was not that great. I've looked back at some of them videos. I'm like, it's so dark. Like you can almost not see what I'm like the food that I'm cooking and stuff. Because I've been on here a long time, a long time. So I have some videos that are 10 plus years old. So like when I come across making that thing again, I'm like, you know what? I'll do a video. I'll do another video, a new video. That way, and sometimes I might have changed something. I don't know. Like you just don't know. It doesn't bother me none. Just to do it over. I copy floss and the watermelons. How did I copy him, David? You trying to say I don't have any? Let me just say I have considered videoing the watermelon and doing a short, but I said nope, they can wait. I'll let you get comfortable, Mr. King. That's what I'll do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, get comfortable. Just remember my initial video. If you didn't see it, the short I did, just go back and watch that one, David. I kind of told y'all, don't get comfortable in denial. I did run out of room, but I did encounter another problem. Improper storage of the rice. Oh, oh, oh. Did you freeze it first? What was the improper? Say more, Psalms. I have some rice downstairs. I need to look in there, but I did freeze it first, and then I have oxygen absorbers in the container. It's in one of those buckets with the food grade bucket with the lid. I have that and flour. Now the flour I have used, and I did the same thing. I froze it and before I put it into the bucket because I heard that was supposed to kill that off. Y'all encouraged me to share more from the kitchen. I love that. I just learned to can chicken breast. Was fairly easy and able to get 2 meals from one jar. See? And it is easy. And when I did mine, I did chicken breasts and thighs together, boneless, both boneless, and just cubed them up. But whatever you like. It's whatever you like. And they both can be done. I've heard people actually canning, and I've seen people on YouTube canning whole chicken parts, like with the bone and everything, chicken legs, chicken wings, and all that. I'm not there, but I am a pickier person. So if that's just who I am. That doesn't mean it can't be done now. Anything that you buy in the store out of convenience, I bet you can do it at home. And if you don't think you can, mention what that thing is that you buy for convenience. So either it's refrigerated or frozen or dried and packaged on the shelf. Is it convenient in some form to you? And I'm gonna tell you how you can do it. And if you haven't seen, you're somebody who hasn't seen me do the potatoes, where I did my homegrown ones, but you could do store-bought ones. I have an older video that shows that because the first time I did a video on it, it was years ago. I did a new one this year showing how you can freeze potatoes, and you can cut them however you want to freeze them. I just cut these like for some roasted potatoes or breakfast potatoes or something, but you could make hash browns. You can do French fries, anything you would do, any way you would purchase it in the grocery store. It's doable. And guess what? There's somebody on this platform who has done it and done a video of it. 1000%. Because I can tell you the freezing potato thing was not my idea. I found that on YouTube. And you know how I think it was YouTube. But we just gonna say it was YouTube. It was one of the social platforms. But how I found it is because I had bought potatoes that I got at a great deal. This was years ago. And I didn't want them to go bad because there was no way I was going to eat them within a certain amount of time. And I went researching and found that I could freeze them. I bust that bag down and froze them bugs, and it worked out. It worked out exactly how they said. I was like, it's easy peasy. So yeah. I will say this, and this is the part I even talk about when I do the videos on prepping. It's work. So I'm not trying to make it seem like there's not work to it. When I do my freezer meal preps, like if I'm doing the meatloaf and meatballs and stuff like that, I literally will spend most of my day doing that prep. Because usually if I'm doing a prep, I'm going to do as much as I can that day. So I will have as much ground beef as I can prep up. And sometimes because I only do one form of meat, whatever day I prep. I used to try to do multiple. So I would try to do chicken and beef on the same day. It's just too much. So I would just do all my beef preps one day and then chicken preps another day, or poultry, or fish, or whatever I want to do. Because I will prep my salmon sometimes. I will cut it up. I will buy the whole fillet and I will slice it up into portions. And sometimes I will put like a seasoning on it and freeze it that way. And sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll just freeze it plain. So I will prep that sometimes, and I have a vacuum sealer, so I'll just vacuum seal it and freeze it, and yeah, it will keep. It will keep. Hey, Jova, how you doing? Happy Friday. Yeah, I know I'm behind. Everyone should always pass their journey, post their journeys if they want to. Nothing under the sun. Yep. New except your spin on recipes, facts, in the method. Facts. That is so true. And sometimes it's just in the way that the person presents the video. Like, I have watched some videos where I'm looking for answers on how to do something. And I promise you, you're going to lose me if you talk it too long. And I know I talk. So sometimes I try to catch myself when I'm doing my content because I be catching myself doing that. Like, I'm over explaining instead of just allowing the questions to come into the comments because I already know they're coming. So I'll be like, and yeah, you could do this, or no, you shouldn't do that, or whatever, whatever. But yeah, I try not to get too long-winded because I tap out myself. Over 6 pounds for about $6 or $7. 6 pounds of what? Was that the tomatoes? Thank you, David. He said, smash that like button, y'all. Hey, Howard J. Happy Friday, fam. How are you? All right. So, um, somebody say, is it beginner friendly brisket? I would think it would be if it's just raw brisket and canning it. I don't know what, but I'll wait and see what's up. Get your pantry filled by any means necessary. That part. That part. And I will tell you the least expensive way to do it requires more work for you from you. So you could do like fresh produce from a farmer's market. You're probably going to save money doing that, but it's going to be more work on your end figuring out which way you're going to preserve it to have it on your shelf or in your freezer or whatever. Because you could do pasta sauce and freeze it. You don't have to can it. I've done it before. I've made homemade pasta sauce and froze it. Excuse me. So you don't have to can it. You could freeze it in mason jars and you'll be fine. I've done that as well. So if canning is not really an option, there are other options. Now, how much freezer space you have matters too, which is why I don't really run out of space because I have a huge upright freezer. Then I have 2 refrigerators. I have one in my basement and one upstairs. So I have both of those freezers. So, and they're not full. Now my upright is full. My upstairs one is full, but the refrigerator in the basement is not. So I do have room for garden stuff that might need to be frozen. And I typically, as tomatoes are done, I will freeze them until I have enough to do my canning. So yeah, freeze dryer. Yes, they're expensive. I just have a regular dehydrator. Me too. Me too, precious. And actually, I got a video coming on something that I dehydrated. Your layaway continues. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's. I'm hoping to get one, but I'm going a different method. You have a couple thrift store dehydrators. That's another thing, guys. So if you're somebody where your money be funny, and even if your money ain't funny, like what? It's not a necessity to have the new. It's not a necessity to have things new. I have seen some of these homesteaders and actually the first person I saw, she just had one of those people who have a huge family. She has like, I don't know, 14 or so kids. And so she would do meal prep videos. And she's actually kind of big on this platform, where she sells like her grocery list to do the meal preps with her and all this stuff. Anyway, she would have like multiple of things because she had to, because she had so many people in her family that she had to make a lot of, like, how I would make a lasagna as a meal prep, she may be making two or three because of her family size, or she might make them in huger portions. But she had like multiple bread makers because they made their own bread, or she would make different, like maybe some blueberry bread or banana bread or stuff like that. She had multiple dehydrators and things like that. Thrift store, thrift store. And when she was mentioning like the prices she was finding them, I was like, oh, I need to go thrifting. Because what? I don't have to have things like that new. You're going to clean it anyway. If you can luck up on something like a canner or whatever you might be looking for at the thrift store, I can tell you I've always seen dehydrators. I've always seen crock pots. I've seen bread makers, um, blenders. So there's certain things that tend to come through there fairly often for very little. Like I've seen bread makers for like $12. I mean, a brand new bread maker could cost you probably 40 or more. I don't know. So I do have one, but I don't remember how much it was. And I can tell you I didn't spend a lot for it because that's who I am. So yeah, I'm just saying, don't be afraid to check out these thrift stores. I can't wait till I can have a freeze dryer. Girl, all of us. That's all three of them up there now. Yeah, I'll drop them super chats. Look, drop them super chats. Did I miss one? Yes, drop them supers. How about that? I won't be mad at that. Right. Miss Vanessa, I sent people over there to your shop last week and they was like, oh, it's down for the moment. I was like, oh, it's temporary. I was like, it'll be back. I was sending them there for the soap, seasoning, everything. We gotta get you back up and going, sis. But I told him, I said, with everything that's happening in the world, it could be supplies aren't getting to her timely enough. It could be all kinds of stuff. So yeah, but they was looking. I have plenty of storage. I run out of jars. I ain't run out either. I got one, two, three. I think I have three or four in my garage, 3 packs, and then I have like 2 or 3 packs in the basement. No, I have more than that in the basement. There's probably like 5 of different sizes between the two, and that's not including the ones I already had. What I'm not about to do is run out of jars, and I go and buy extra lids. So I have boxes of extra lids. I had a hard time finding the pectin that I like. When I did find it, I cleared out. I'm sorry for anybody else who might have wanted some, but I cleared out that shelf. Okay, because what we're not going to do is be looking for pectin, and I only like a certain one because I've tried other ones and they don't work the same. Just saying. I meant to say can so much. Oh, can so much stuff. They can't. Oh, they ran out of room. Can so much. Not that either. But I have a big basement, so I'm not everyone. What I do need is a better shelving situation because I have regular shelves, so they're kind of far apart. And really, with canning jars, you don't need that much space. So I would like to have shelving that is not as space far apart, so I can get more stuff in one shelving space. Probably gonna have to be something that gets built, but we ain't talking about that right now. Because what? Hey, Mama Shirley, how you doing? You're at your granddaughter's house. Nice. Nice. Hey, Shabelle, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Mm-mm. Oh, listen. I didn't even see that. I'm put that on the screen. Just in case, I told y'all to go over there and follow last Sunday. I told y'all then. If y'all not following my Renaissance grandma, y'all tripping. So you see what she said, right? Her subscribers are more than welcome to order anytime. Just email her. I'm gonna leave that up there. How about that? And I'm glad to know that because I need to email you. Actually, I know what to do. Mm-mm. Oh my, y'all, you and Miss Cheryl ran out of space. Y'all done purchased more free. Separate the meat from the veggies. I already did that. Yeah. My upright freezer is it's pretty big. So it's an old one. Knock on everything, good Lord Jesus, because it's been no issues with it. And I bought it used. Um, so also look at that. Don't you don't also have to buy that new either. Look at these marketplaces. Look, I found we have a couple places here that sell used appliances and stuff. I've had that thing for about 15 years now, somewhere around there. And it's big. It holds a lot. So, and like I said, now it's just me and my youngest. So, yeah, I've been lucky there. Because I don't like the chest ones. I just felt like I was always losing stuff in there. I got a freezer meal prep too. Yep. I am behind on that, T. Listen, I got to get it together. I'm going to clear out my um, freezer by canning everything. Yes. Freeze dry over the holidays. Nice. Hey, we Terry until he comes. How are you? Happy Friday. Welcome in. What you call being behind is still ahead. Yeah, that's true. That's true, sunshine. Um, I know I'm behind you. Don't talk about me being extra grown with her Jessica Rabbit look. What? Me? No. Um, am I very organized? Ooh, let's not pan the room. I am organized on some things, but y'all, I'm serious about let's not pan the room. Cause listen, I still got seeds all over my desk. I guess that's organized. I know where they at, but they all over the desk. Cause listen, and more, and more seeds, 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 seeds. Yeah, it's not that chaotic, but I'm just saying, I could be better. I'm slipping on some things. It is such a time saver, Tigsy, and especially when you are already tired from a long day of whatever work or working out in the garden or whatever. One less thing you have to worry about. One less thing. I can just fix the prep. And the reason I like to prep is not so I can eat from that every day. I will cook, and then when I'm tired of cooking, that's the day I go get that prep. So I will cook most of the days, and then some days I'm just like, I don't want to think about what I'm gonna cook. I don't want to figure out what everybody wants to eat. I don't want to do any of that. I will take something out, and then that's when I have a prep. I think I have 2 meatloaves still in my freezer. I did go through all the meatballs though, but there are 2 meatloaves I think still in the freezer. I would. I don't even want to get into that. I was going to say something, but I'm like, first of all, I am not um, a master canner. I learned my canning from TT's Urban Pantry, who is a master canner, and I do mean she's actually a master canner. She has her certificate and everything, and but I do know there are other ways that other methods that have been used to can food outside of pressure by communities that live by it. That's all I'll say. It's up to the individuals to research and decide if they will want to do such a thing. Oh, thank you, TT. She put my meal prep playlist in the chat. Salted caramel peaches sounds amazing. Yes, I didn't. That's not my recipe, but I made it. It's actually Homestead Hearts. Um, so yeah, that's where I got it from. Someone shared it with me. I was trying to figure out what to do with my peaches. That was one of the recipes I did. I did salted caramel peaches. I did peach ice cream, and then I dehydrated the peach peels and made peach powder for like oatmeal and or smoothies or shakes or whatever. Just the FYI, some things you can do. I want to do that too. Who said that? I was going too fast. Sylvia R says, I want to do the vacuum sealed dry meals in a jar. I want to do the dry meals in the jar too. Like soups, I would love to do the dried soups in a jar. But yes, I want to do that as well. I've never done any. I know that another friend, YouTube friend of mine, You Grow Row, has, and I think I don't know if she did content on it though. That might have been something she just shared in our group chat. So I don't even remember if there's content or not on that. If it is, it's probably a few years old. It's been a while since I remember her making that. I'm trying to catch up, y'all. I feel like if I skip ahead, I'm gonna miss something somebody really wanted me to see. So I'm trying to be mindful. Hold on, why is it not? I want to go up. Yes. Oh shoot. That was Nightbot. I think I thought I saw something, but it was just Nightbot. Susie said, I love canning. It's so rewarding. Yes. Raw pack is the best way to go. Facts. I raw packed with those green beans, the collards, kale, and cabbage. I've done it with meat. I've done it with peaches. Yeah. Absolutely so. You just can't do raw pack and already have it a hot pot ready for it to go in. So definitely watch canning videos on how to can when you are taking cold foods or room temp, whatever, and putting them into a canner. You don't want to put cold into a hot canner. Okay. So definitely watch creators who are canning, and hopefully all of them are doing it properly. So, and I can tell you some aren't, but just know that cold to hot, no, because you're going to risk cracking or literally having a jar explode in the canner. And I know that's going to freak some people out because they're like, oh my God, that's why I don't want a pressure can. If you do it properly, I don't see a lot of that happen. Have people who do it properly had a jar crack? Yes. But that's usually because you already had a chip that you didn't even notice in the jar, and it will continue to, crack as the pressure is pressure canning. Will the top explode off and it's going to be a whole thing? I haven't seen anybody go through that. And I've literally live canned multiple times multiple times. So that TT, put your playlist, your canning playlist in the chat. With TT's Urban Pantry, we used to go live every Saturday evening and can whatever TT was canning because I just rode her coattail. Like when I met up with her and she would be canning, I was like, "Do you mind if I can with you?" I hadn't even pulled my canner out the box, okay? But I did eventually when I started canning with her. And there's been times where TT has had a jar crack and even break within her canner during a live canning session. Did we hear it happen? No. She saw it when she opened up the canner, when everything was done and the pressure had gone down and things like that. So sometimes you might think you hear something, so you know something might be going on in there, but it's not. I think because of the way canners may have been in the past, people are very leery about dealing with canners now. But I think that there's been less um, incidents reported with canners of recent, in my opinion. You made the peaches too, Sylvia. That's what's up. That's what she was candidate for, Psalms, for her to be able to have it for peach cobblers later. Mrs. H, that's what she said she uses it for. I wanted to eat, not cook all day. That part. So I'll switch up a recipe real quick. Listen, sis. And I like a lot of ethnicities food. So I do like Indian curries. I do Jamaican curries. I do um like I said, I like jerk chicken. I do a lot of things, but I'm gonna figure out how to do it and make it good and not go through hoops to get it done. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have things in my cabinet I'm never going to use again. I don't want that. That is annoying. Plus, it's usually expensive. Gina, you like me. I cannot follow recipe. That part. That's why I don't like bacon. I have to tweak something. That's why I don't like bacon because I think that when you're baking um uh cakes and sweets and stuff, you really need to stick to the ingredients and the measurements because altering that can just ruin the recipe. I don't bake enough. I don't eat enough of that kind of stuff anyway, but I don't bake enough to know if and how to play with those recipes. But cooking, stop playing with me. I've been cooking since I can remember as a very little girl with my grandmother. So yeah. Um that's right. A dash, a pinch. Hey, Happy Mac, how you doing? Happy Friday. Every family makes the same food differently. Facts. And guess what? And every person, every time I make a dish, it does not taste the same. I have made dishes that I make all the time and have made it and they turn out not good at all. I have done that and not figure out what I did differently that made it not taste good to me. Now, other people will say, oh, it's great. No, no, no. It needs to taste right to me. Because when it don't taste right to me, I can't let it go. Like I'll be trying to figure out what it was. What is it missing? Or what is it too much of? What am I tasting that's not giving me what I was expecting? But it happens. It happens because again, I'm cooking from the spirit. So yeah, that's right, Sylvia. Sylvia said, for the future, go ahead and do it. Once you start, you won't love it. You will. I'll be using Walker. There you go. See, I wasn't even gonna say the name, Urban. I wasn't even gonna say the brand. But Walker Wood, it was literally, this was a long time ago too. This probably was over 10 years ago. I had done the whole Jamaican jerk chicken from scratch thing. Only thing I couldn't find was the Scotch bonnet. I think I used the habanero instead. Um, but There was a guy I watched a video on way back then, and he was like, you could also, if you could find it in stores. Now, back then, Walker Woods wasn't in the stores as heavy as it is now. Now you could find not just Walker Woods, the seasoning. You can find a mild version of it. You can find a powdered version of it. You can find a barbecue sauce. Back when I was, well, back when I found out about it, it was just that one jar, the original jar. Got the red and yellow around the, yeah. Anyway, um, he has suggested if you could find it in your state, this works just as good. It tastes just as good. And I've been using that ever since. Ever since. I love the Walker Wood, but I will tell you this. For those who like, oh, I like jerk chicken, I'm going to go find it. Don't get heavy handed with that stuff. Because that marinade, it is good. But if you ever had jerk chicken, you know jerk chicken has a slice to it. And if you get heavy handed with that marinade thinking you don't have enough on your meat, you're gonna be surprised. Ask me how I know. And I like spicy stuff. So yeah, just be listen to what the jars say. Okay. Don't be me who don't be doing measurements. Now I eyeball it now because I know. But yeah. Yeah. But Walker Wood jerk marinade, it's like a thick, pasty marinade in a jar. That's what's up. That is what's up. It's perfect. Do you put no? I don't put raisins in nothing, Jovi. So you ain't invited to none of the meals. Because if you bring something to my house with raisins in it, you're getting kicked out. Listen, you will get locked up with your. That's right, with your raisins. Yep. Listen. Oh yes. What's the supper girl that I read old time cookbook. It says scant amount, pinch, look, look, look. Thank God we didn't have time for no quarter teaspoon and tables. What are those things? Season to your ancestors tell you that's enough. That part. That part. Hey Veggie, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Oh, Philly cheesesteak, nice. All right, y'all. I'm almost there. I could tell I'm almost caught up. Uh-oh, the problem is we've been waiting on these watermelons for 5 years. You know what? I'm a thank you, fam. Thank you. Thank you. I swear, y'all be trying my spirit. Hey Soyin, how you doing? Happy Friday. Anyone ever can. Does that say corn? Look, you see me turning like, am I reading that correctly? I can lots of delicious corn, and I'm hoping to use these cobs. I have not. I haven't even heard of it. That's why I was reading it like that. I'm like, I haven't even heard of it. What would you use it for? I had ran out of jars, so I just tossed the new bags of rice into the cabinet as is. Okay, lesson learned. Yeah, definitely. Just got in the house. Wow, girl. I use bay leaves in my rice buckets. Yeah, I've seen that done. I tried canning with the bones and not doing that again. See, Happy Mac, it didn't even sound right to me. It didn't even sound right. You put baby lips in your rice. Yeah, Bougie was one of the first people I saw who was preserving like rice and stuff in the food grade buckets. That was years ago. Um, I feel like if I'm in the store, I can do it at home. Yep, just have to find the correct process. And it's really not so much the correct process. Maybe I guess in how you're going to store it, but yeah, I do all my preps the same day too. Really, ninjas. Yes, my daughter is running with me. Oh, week 3, nice. Get it, bougie. Ooh, I scrolled by so fast. I don't remember, I don't know who you were talking to. Probably Carbon though. Can you can salad dressing? I wouldn't think so. I don't know about that one. Ooh, mm. I don't know about that one, Miss Cheryl. Um. Oh, you were talking to Happy Matt. After you have to pull me. Yeah. Listen. Um. I used to have a one of my trainers said that I ran like an old man back when I was doing boot camp. Uh, that's what I was Sylvia. That's why I made that face because I was thinking about the ones with cream. I was like, I don't know if I want to can that. Um, hey, that's my art. Happy Friday. Okay, yeah, I think I'm almost there because it looks like it. Yeah, I don't think they have any approved recipes with cream. That's true. You might add it after when you get ready to actually use it. Absolutely. Tom said if I still have a jar of jam that I did 2 years ago, do you think it's still safe to eat tomorrow? Yep. I mean, long as it when you open it, you hear that airy sound you hear when you open one of those jars, and it don't look weird or smell weird. I would. I mean, jellies is there's nothing to them. I would. Yes, Urban said the same thing. Listen, I just saw it. 4 years old and still eat it. Listen, that part, Sylvia. All right. I think jellies and jams would not bother me. I look at Goodwills all the time. No shame. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you missed one. I missed one. Are you telling me I missed one, fam? Did you send me two? I might be nice to you now. I ain't mad at you, Gina. See it, get it. That's right. Oh, not late to the game. Nope. Canning machine jars and lids. You, excuse me. Do you have all those things? That's my art. The machine, the not the machine, the canner, the lids, the jars, and everything. Hey, analytic. How you doing, sis? Happy Friday. I have to go up and okay. Have a good one, Precious. I'll see you in these streets. Um, you have to have some seed on your desk at all times. Listen, she just slow. Shut up. I know you didn't. I'm about to knock him out. You better be talking about somebody else. I've had jars crack on live. It happens. Yeah, she has. And it was no big thing. Hush, T. Now she talking about I'm behind. I'm catching up. Oh, butter varieties. Nice. These new canners have new safety precautions on them. Yeah. I ain't, oh, I'm not. You know what? I'm just, newer canners have, I'm about to just go to the, because what? I look like I was catching up. Y'all just chatty. And y'all making my check. Try it. I'm trying it out here. Tired, Grandpa. I saw some. Hey TLC, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Precious left the chat 2 hours ago. Shut your face. Hey Shawnee, how you doing, sis? Hey Serena, where you been, girl? How you doing? Happy Friday. Wait a minute, what y'all talking about? Why y'all being see this? What I'm talking about? Smart mouth. Damn, getting on my nerves. Yeah, I went back to see what you said about me. Stop talking about me in my own chat. How dare you? I don't have anything, no canner jars or lids. Just getting started this year, but I do want a bread machine. Check your thrift stores first. Or like if you're comfortable with it, like Marketplace. They have other things though, like the Macari. I used to do another couple of them. I don't remember what they're called now because it was years ago back in my couponing days. But yeah, I am caught up now. So what you got to say, smart? Don't be asking where Serena been. Where you been? Nikki, hey sis, happy Friday. At least he's talking about you in your face. No, 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 no. He don't get no pass because he's saying it out loud. Nope. Don't see. It still got stuff to say. Getting on my nerves. So y'all, you see if you're a member over at Mr. BS. Just when I thought we was cool, why you gonna chime in with this? Jeez. But she says that her subs can reach out by email and order, so you can still get products if you just reach out to her. If you're a subscriber to the channel, because she had to know who you are, so she can send the stuff. Y'all don't entertain him, Shawnee. Don't, because that's not what we're doing. It's a troublemaker. I feel like skipping ahead, I probably missed something. Now, see, if you want to keep, now you can talk trash. For a speed reading class so you can keep up. First of all, it's not because I cannot read fast, it's because I am responding. Big girl, bye. Girl, bye. Be big. Look, I'm not even gonna, nope, not entertaining it. Knucklehead. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. But yes, yeah, so that's my art. You said you haven't gotten any of those things, but you want a bread maker. Do you want to can? Do you want a canner? I source most my canning supplies for free. Nice. Elderly downsizing, estate sales. Yes. Look at you. I love that. Nikki, do not laugh at the foolishness. I know you laughing at the foolishness. Don't do it. Don't do it. Lawson, hey, happy Friday. I feel some built up hostility in the slot. Facts. Because, see, you need to come in here and break it up because people in here acting foolish. Hell, hey, LGG. I want to learn how to can, but I'm scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's not a scary process, I'm telling you. You want to start canning? I honestly, now this is the bad part about wanting to start now, because the people who can on a regular, supplies might be low. Um, Canner, you might be able to find, but the supplies you need, like the jars and stuff, I don't know. I don't know, because not only did the people who can all the time stock up on that stuff, but people who are being introduced to it are stocking up as well. That's true. You could start with water bath. You could put water bath pasta sauce. So anything with tomatoes, because tomatoes naturally have acid. I believe peaches do too, and they could be water bath. Um, your jellies and jams can be water bath. Your pickled stuff, so your peppers, pickled peppers, or pickles, all can be water bath. So there's a lot of things that you could, get going that can be water bath can. And the thing with water bath canning is there has to be some form of acidity either added to it, or it's a food that already naturally has it. So if it doesn't naturally have it, that's when we add vinegar, whatever vinegar we're using for the recipe. And if it naturally has acid, then you're good. Somebody say something about Target. Target usually has jars and lids. They do. And they're not expensive. I get a lot of mine from Target, as a matter of fact. Um, can I use a big pot? Yep. My first child literacy. Even if you go look for what they call a water bath canner, it's a stock pot. That's all it is a big stock pot with a lid. When I first started water bath canning, I just used one of my stock pots, one of my big stock pots that I would cook with. Um, Now I have two or three of them, and I also have a steam canner and two pressure canners. So yeah, you absolutely can just use a big stock pot that you would probably use around the holidays to cook like large portions of food in, like your greens or whatever. And yep, 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 that part. Pressure cooker cannot be used as a pressure canner, is what Sylvia is saying. And no, yeah, you cannot use a pressure cooker as a pressure canner. Shiny, look, I could tell you what I have. I don't know what's best, better, whatever. I only know people, I only hear about people using one of two, which is either the Presto or the American, is it called American or something like that? Best time to stock up on stuff is December per TT, December or January. But normally I won't pay over $10 for a pack of jars. I think Targets are about 11, which still to me is not bad. But yeah, look at my girl spin canning. I'm proud. Listen, um, I would start with a 16 quart Presto. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm caught up. That's what I was looking at. I'm reading through to see if I was caught up on everything. But yes, Presto is the cheaper of the pressure canners, both a mine or 16 quart. I have two Prestos. I have the 16 and whatever the one bigger than that is that I can stack. That 24. Oh, look, David's still here. You just missed my watermelon for $90 last June. Yes. So I think that should be the focal point for now into the fall is figuring out how you're going to like stock your pantry with some things like those things that you use on a regular that either you cook with on a regular that you cook on a regular. So not just the things that you cook, but maybe your seasonings or your oils or things like that. um, Things that you use every day just in life, your toiletries and stuff. Like the less of that you have to be worried about running out here to get later, try to just have it. Like when you see something on sale, like toothpaste or body wash or something, just grab a couple and just have them in your linen closet. And then, the things that you have food wise in your pantry. Having those things that if ish happens that are easy. All American is the other one, yes. That are easy in case of anything. What if there's a power outage? Like that's why I keep charcoal on hand because if I couldn't cook in the house because I have no power, my stove is not gas, it's electric. I would be able to go outside and cook on the grill and still be able to feed my family. So just think outside the box of some things. Like making sure you're a little prepared for the things that could happen and could be an inconvenience temporarily, but you can make the most of it. Just saying. And even having those things canned up, you could cook those on the grill. You using the grill just to warm your pot and just saying, because you don't actually have to grill food to use your grill to cook with. You could just use that as your heating source. So, you know, just saying. Um, if you can swing it, try as or yes, as your standard. I like them. hmm I've been scrolling away flour seasonings grains. Yes, I like Azure. Yes. And honestly, guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. And if TT's still here, she could tell you. Last season, they had them this year too, but I know last season she got some. Last season they had plant starts. I don't think you was gonna find them cheaper nowhere. They had like 4 packs and 6 packs, I think, for the low. And she got some of those, and everything she got grew. Just saying. So I mean, right now that it will be available, but when the season starts and there starts out at your local stores or whatever, you're somebody who doesn't grow from seed, check out as your standard. They were very reasonable. It's a challenge to stock up on necessities without hoarding. Yeah, I could see that too. Yep, charcoal, wood, quick lighters. Yes. Yes, a portable grill and fire pit. Yep. That's what I started doing when I first started prepping, was getting some charcoal. There you go. I'm going to try canning beans. Oh, it works. I saw him set her doing it. I canned beans. Me and TT did that a couple years ago, Urban. Yes, I canned red beans and pinto beans. And I have a bunch of beans right now. I have black, red, pinto, and Great Northern that I need to can. And I canned my red beans with smoked turkey, but my pintos I just canned in water. No, I think I used the veggie broth that I made, that I also canned. But yes, yes, the answer is yes. Can those beans? Um, I took one of my bedrooms to put shelves. Yes, it's easy to keep organized, and that's what it's about. Hey, Shamika, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Oh, wait a minute. What are you saying, Serena? All but two of my garlic are officially cured. With 1 week left on the two, are still supposed to stay at 2 to 4 soft neck. Listen, you asking the wrong person. I don't even think you have to keep the stem on, do you guys? Because I usually once mine are almost cured, like almost dried, I will cut it off and let it finish the curing process. But I don't know. David, are you still in here? He does a lot of garlic. Oh, you already answered it. Look, I don't know. I didn't look. My bad. Listen, Homestead Heartbeat. She's a canning queen. She be canning. That's okay. TT about to get back to her canning. She was out here canning. Like I said, we was doing it every Saturday. For quite a while, like more than a year. Um, canning up all kind of stuff. Hey, Walty, how you doing, fam? Happy Friday. Oh, shelves are cheap. It's not the cost is. Or you might be talking to somebody else though. See you, Miss Felicia. Have a good weekend. I'll be talking. I'll see you. Um, braid soft neck, trim hard neck, 2 inches. There you go. Mike told you. And I'm caught up again before somebody has something to say. I just got a huge shelf from Viver. I haven't heard of that for $45. Um, I want to be addicted to canning also. I say definitely Walmart usually has the Presto, the 16 quart reasonable. I think they usually do. I don't know if they're the most. I think they are the most reasonable, but I don't know that for a fact. So I would definitely check. But that's the first step. Get a canner. Get the jars. The jars, when you buy them in the cases, come with the lids and the rings. You would only need your extra lids for when you want to reuse the jars. You can reuse jars and rings. You cannot reuse lids unless you are using them. Because I do reuse my lids for dry stuff. So like when I dehydrate I had dehydrated lemons. I'll use one of my old lids on that jar. When I make my seasonings, so when I dehydrate my herbs and stuff, I will use those. I will reuse lids for that. But for canning, you cannot reuse them. You won't get a proper seal. Hey, Farmer Marshall, Farmer Marshall, how are you? Happy Friday. Hey, cousin. I see you, girl. I almost missed you, though. How are you? Happy Friday. Um, catching up again, y'all. I'm sorry. I know I'm an old lady. I'm just an old lady. be getting sleepy. Been a long day, y'all. But that's seriously though, on a serious note, because when I saw that, that was the second thing I saw. Let me see a third thing, okay? Because I'm one of those people who believe in that when you're seeing things in threes. Because the first time I saw something and we had a conversation about it, it was a news segment I saw when I was at the nail shop about food disparity in the U.S. and how all these food banks and stuff were seeing the influx in people coming and needing food. So that was one. And then this week I saw that new segment about the farmers where there's just food rotting on the plants. Like, what? So, yeah, I'm just like, we have to be ready. The 23 is about 150 now. I think that's what I paid for years ago. They used to, oh, I didn't get it for 99. I wish. You may have to shop around. I think I paid 150 for it like 4 years ago. I'm sure of it. Um, but yes. Don't leave us hanging. What kind of wine? Oh, she's having wine. What kind of wine you having, cousin? But um definitely just nice. Um Make a plan. Don't jump out there and just go and buying stuff. Make a plan. Know what you need for your family. And maybe even if you can't get all the things, just get a couple of the things that will really be helpful for you to have and not have to worry about getting. And if you're one of us that grows food, preserve it in some kind of way. Can it, freeze it, something. Don't be out here growing it and wasting it. Don't do that. That's why I always say grow what you know you like to eat. Because trust and believe, we all, I think a lot of us, I ain't gonna say we all, but a lot of us been there where we started growing stuff just because we saw other people growing it, not because we liked it. I always add something to my garden every year, new, to try it and see if I like it. But I'm my majority of my garden is the items that I eat and I know I will eat slightly regular. Or I need it to preserve up for a while. Now I eat tomatoes, I can eat them fresh, or I can use them to can up for sauces and stuff. So I like tomatoes. Cucumbers, same thing. I can eat them fresh or I can can them up for pickles. So I do like some of these things fresh or cooked. Um, but I will try other things, and that's usually with one item or maybe two that I'll add in my garden a season. This year is eggplant. So eggplant is my new try for the year. Ooh, you making some homemade wine? Oh, you made homemade wine. Boston over there, he just fancy. I need to restock my good. Mm, I might have a glass of wine tonight. Sounds grown. I'll be passed out and shortly after, but I might haven't had a glass of wine in a long time. I might do that. Got to go water my garden. Go water that garden. Yeah, see you later. I'll see you in these streets. I'm about to wrap it up anyway, y'all. Um, oh, it's for your nieces. She's in her 20s. Um, my new try this year was shishitos. That was mine a couple years ago. I did the shishito. And more tomato. Okay, full transparency. I don't count when I add variety as the new thing, but it is a new thing. Um, so I don't count that because I already grow peppers because I like peppers. So if I add a different variety of peppers or tomatoes, I don't count that. Is that cheating? I don't care. Don't judge me. I only count it when I'm adding a actual new food that I have never had in any form. So I've never had eggplant. When I tried kohlrabi, it was the same thing. I had never had kohlrabi. When I tried scallop squash, never had I had it. That's the it's called scallop squash, and it's also called patty pan. I did the honey nut squash. Never, no. I had not had butternut, so I had not had any variety of that type of squash. So yeah, am I cheating when I do that? I don't know. I want to start preserving because of my bad crap this year. Oh, crop this year. I think a lot of people's crops are struggling this year. So yeah, I definitely get that. I've had some. My cucumbers are coming along slowly, Serena. Very slowly. What up, Odom? How you doing? Happy Friday. Kushal squash, chef's kiss. I have not had kushal. I tried to grow. What is that one called? Mm, Nikki, are you still here? I know Hands in the Dirt was growing it, and everybody started growing it. The same one, and somebody sent me seeds for it. What is that squash? Somebody name that squash. My first patty pan squash was found all damaged. I actually like the patty pan, and I like the kohlrabi. I didn't. I like the honey nut, but I'm never growing it again. Ever. Candy roaster. See, Nikki was still here. The candy roaster squash. Everybody started growing it, so I was like, yes. If everybody jumps off the bridge, I'm jumping. Send me some seeds. I got it to germinate and everything, but all this rain killed my plant. It's gone. It's no signs of it out there at the community garden. So yeah, it's gone. On a rose bush. Oh, praying mantis are good for your garden. They eat the other bugs. Oh yeah, Flossin. Flossin won over on 2 LA's channel. And that's all I'm gonna say because I told you I'm not gonna keep telling y'all. But he did because he listened to what I said to do and he started following. Lawson, you still in here? These critters were in my garden. Listen, dug up my hyacinth. I brought all and ate it like an apple. Urban has listen. Urban and her critters in her garden have been an ongoing saga for years. I got some of my best laughs years ago. She had like whole families of critters trying to live up in her spot. I don't think it's nearly like that anymore. I'm not sure. I mean, ooh, he out having. That's why he's sipping on wine. Won't be back to the farm until tomorrow night. Nice. That's okay. Fam will probably be live on Monday because ain't Monday your day. Don't you go live on Mondays? Asking for a friend. I had the kombucha. Juicing with Jay sent me a couple years ago, and I have lots of seeds still for it too. I thought I still had them over here because I was sending people seeds for. Oh, maybe I do. No, these aren't the kombucha. This is some random watermelon seeds. I don't know what variety. These are when I send these out. I usually just say mystery. It is one of my larger melons. I can tell you that. I just don't know which variety. It could be a orange, yellow, or red flesh one. Who knows? Who knows? I have two kombucha and oh yeah. I think they got my delicata. I have delicata squash in my backyard. So the mostly everything is at the community garden, but I had one single delicata like germinate late. And I was like, everything was just struggling out there. And I was like, I'm just gonna throw it in one of the beds. Yeah, it's in there. It's growing, but one part of it looks like the squash bug got to it, but it's still putting on new leaves. And I was like, I'm just gonna let it do what it do. I laughed because I also started some sweet potato slips in that same bed, and instead of removing the sweet potatoes when I got the amount of slips I wanted, I left them because I was like, you know what? They'll probably just grow new sweet potatoes. So there's sweet potato vines all over this particular bed, all over it, along with some onions. There's a lot of stuff happening over there. Just focus. And I'm just letting it be chaos because at the end of this season, we're shutting down shop. So let all the things happen. Just let it have its way. I like the kombucha. I did. If I grow it though, now I will grow squash, certain varieties of squash. I just want to take them out to the community garden and let them do what they do. The only reason why I won't grow the honey nut again, and that means in my backyard, is because it had a takeover spirit. You got to go back and watch the videos to see how upset I was about it. But it was everywhere. It was freaking me out. It was everywhere. I like you're not a fan of regular squash. I like zucchini. I don't like yellow squash, the yellow any of the yellows. It doesn't matter if it's cricknet or straight or whatever. I do want to try the golden zucchini though. I've tried to grow it twice, got it to germinate this year, and again now all my squash plants got taken out by the fact that it just kept raining. I don't know if it was a combination of that and maybe a squash bug got to it or not. I don't know. The plants are gone. That's what I do know. There's no remnants. The plants are gone. There are thousands of them. Yes, honey. That's why I have another. Oh, that was the point I was getting to. Yes, it got to the one that's out there. I dropped more delicata squash seeds because the one year that I got a buku of them was the same year I grew that honey nut one. But most of those squash, they grew all the way until we got cold. Like literally, I literally harvested some just because it was starting to get too cold. And I knew that they weren't gonna make it anyway. And they were still kind of smaller and they weren't ready. But I got a bunch that year. So I actually they germinated and everything. I've dropped more seeds for them. This is the time where you're going to get your squash and that bug is not going to be a nuisance. You get squash. So I would have started some right when it probably started nippling. I don't know how long your growth season is. Mine is not that long, but I still can get some squash. We gonna see. Um, you broke out the BT. I know that's right. I remember a lot of days sitting at the dinner table. My nemesis at the dinner table was broccoli when I was a kid. I do I do make zucchini bread, but I like zucchini itself. Especially if it's like hibachi. Like now, I would even do the yellow. It's something about the way they season it when it's yeah, a whole nother thing. Um, Good young like potato, young and tender. I tell you, every time every time I harvest my plant, and I'd be like, yeah, it probably could go longer, but as Nikki was, I say it in my head every time. I don't have to be filming or nothing. I'm like, young and tender. Let me go ahead and grab it. I hear her voice every time. Was that a 715 you were shooting today? No, I don't remember which one I showed. I don't remember which one I showed. Was it the AR? I think I showed the AR in the picture that I posted. You saw it on IG. I want to say that was the AR-15. Um, but there's a full video coming. um, you drop fish out. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yep, yep. That's what I'm talking about. Imperfect. Get that next round going. Look, we gotta eat. We gotta eat. If I didn't get produce from the plant this far, it will be getting evicted this weekend. Yeah. Broccoli was your worst growing up. Me too. And I love it now, Nikki. Crazy, ain't it? Matter of fact, y'all saw I dropped broccoli, more collards, more kale, cabbage, Brussels. I'm gonna do pumpkin. That's new. Never have grown pumpkin. I've had pumpkin, of course. Not fresh, not a fresh pumpkin though. So excuse me. So I dropped pumpkin. I don't even remember what else was in there, but I'm trying to grow a lot of broccoli so I can freeze it. Broccoli with butter, yes. And girl, say that. Garlic, yeah. Hey pescatarian, how you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Yes. Listen, I'm in the middle of trying to figure out how I'm gonna preserve my garlic. And I will share whatever I decide to do with it. I was thinking about dehydrating it, but then I said, no, I don't think I want to. So I'm making decisions of how I'm gonna preserve it. But I will share. It's the why for me. Happy Friday. How you doing? I'm ready to pull these cucumbers since they are not producing. Yeah. I just been letting myself be because I don't have that much growing in the backyard, so it's not like inconvenient to me. Um, and I'm not like broke where I need to pull it because something else is going to go there. I told y'all, whatever's growing back there, that's what's growing back there. The stuff that I'm starting seeds for, that's going to the community garden. Nothing else is getting put in that garden. When we're done with this season, so spring garden, when all that stuff is harvested out of those beds, they're shut down. They're shut down. I actually think one of those beds is ready to shut down. I thought about shutting it down this week because I was off those few days, but then I ended up doing other stuff. So here we are. Can you can it like they do when you buy it minced in jars from the store? I think so. I think so. I do have, I don't know if I have a case of the 4 ounce. I know I have a couple cases of the 8 ounce. But I think you can. I will look into that because that canning never even crossed my mind as an option. I'll let you know. I might go that route just because to see how it does. Um, yeah. Now I'm gonna say this too. The worst part about preserving garlic is that you gotta peel it. Just saying. I digress. It's a lot. But I do have cloves set to the side that I'm going to use for next year's garlic. So my bigger ones that I got this year, I set those aside because I'm going to use those to plant for my next year's garlic. But yeah, don't forget to ferment some in honey. Yes, I do want to do some. Actually, um, have been talking to TT and other people about doing some tinctures. Don't nobody got time to be peeling. Man, Nikki, my fingers still smell like garlic because I have started the process. It's still, yes, look, they smell like garlic. Yeah, they do. Because for one, it's hard to do it if I wear gloves. I do wear gloves when I mess with onions because the same thing happens. You get onions in your fingers that smell like onions. So yeah. How do you preserve garlic? You can freeze it, you can dehydrate it and make powder. I'm gonna look into seeing if I can it because I don't know the answer to that, but I would like to. Um, or you could just keep it as it is and use it fresh whenever you need it. If you cure it. So yeah, there's options. It's gonna store all. I think I'm gonna store all my garlic in jar. Olive oil, yes. So you're gonna do like an infused olive oil. I've seen that as well. I'll take garlic. Yeah, that part. Shake it. I did. It didn't work. It didn't work. TLC. I was. It didn't work. I'll take garlic for 300. Facts. Facts. Because I could deal with the garlic. I can't deal with the onion because know I don't like it anyway. But I like the flavor, but I don't want to smell like onion. Garlic, it don't bother me. Like some people eat garlic and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't talk to you because I'm gonna garlic you out." Because what? I don't care. I like garlic. You gonna get all this dragon. Mm-mm. You can cook with that oil. Two stainless bowls face to face, which two? Yeah. Yep. Cool. I'll bring over the bread. Yes. Dipped in the garlic and herb oil. I don't know nothing about that. I ain't never had that in my life. I'm thinking is that all it takes to get you away from me. Yeah, yeah. Facts. Is that it? Because facts. Um, yeah, I've seen. No, Mike, it don't. I tried it and it didn't work. It ain't do nothing but make my arm tired. That's all it did. I'm gonna look at your video though and see if it's something I could have did differently. But it's garlic in a jar, cloves in a jar, shake, shake, shake. I like to try infusing. Well, that part, that part. Look, I might do a little bit of that. I had quite a bit of. I have. I should say had. I have quite a bit of garlic. I had a great garlic harvest this year. Video coming. Video coming. But what video dropped yesterday? Now I'm like, wait a minute. Did I drop that video? I don't think I did. But we about to see. Um choo 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 choo. Oh, mm, oh wait a minute, what dropped yesterday? Oh no, it was my SIG. So it's coming. I think it's next week. Um your first gyro meat video. Okay. Does anyone grow herbs inside over the winter? I don't. I don't for the future. And that's why. Because I'm not gonna say it brings bugs, but if it does, it will bother me. So um you can do it. in so many different ways because you have so much. That's what I'm thinking, Miss Cheryl. So I'm gonna see what I can, what I decide to do with it, which way I decide to preserve it. I don't think I'm gonna go the garlic powder way. I just don't think I'm gonna get the most bang for my buck that way with the garlic. With onions, yes, because I typically like most of the onions I grow, I'm using for that. And plus, I grew a crap ton of onions. I still have two beds out there that I need to harvest onions from in the backyard. I've harvested from the community garden. I didn't say anything about it, Serena. I don't even know what those cucumbers are. I did make a comment that my cucumbers are struggling as well, but that was it. Um, no bugs outside to come in. Oh, harder and walk high. Oh, I have um just a basic. It ain't no special brand hydroponic that I got on Amazon, and I just look at the reviews and went with it. It's been great. And you can buy the little everything to replace, like the little sponges and all that for any of them as replacements. Mm. Oh, Mike gave you an option. Mike, you know, he is the hydroponic king. So I think between him and GT now, they probably do the most in hydroponics that I'm aware of. Can you roast some garlic? You sure can. I don't know if you could can it though. You definitely can roast it for preserving, probably the freeze it. I'm going to look into the canning part of it because I don't know. Um, you know what, Serena? I looked into the closed caption. It only allows that on the YouTube side. So I think if you're streaming through YouTube, they have it. They don't have it yet for StreamYard because I even um, sent the question out and it wasn't available because I was trying to set that up for you. Um, you have an arrow garden. Yeah, I don't have an arrow garden. Um, I use spinach every day in smoothies and think I do better. And yeah, it'll do great in hydroponic. Absolutely. Yeah, I know I grew um a like juicing items. I was gonna dedicate a bed just to that, but then the way I started growing and part of the juicing things were here and part were there. So I did the carrots, the celery, the kale, because I like kale in mine, but spinach works great too. Um, what else did I have out there that I put in my juices when I juice? I didn't none of the fruits. Plus they took all my apples. The squirrels stole all my apples. Um, but I think that might be it vegetable wise. I thought about doing some beets, but didn't end up doing them. That might be it. The carrots, the celery, the kale might be it. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I've been on more than 2 hours. We gonna wrap this up, and I will see y'all in these YouTube streets. I hope that y'all have a great weekend. Urban, are you still in here? Will you be live tomorrow? If you are, can you let me know? Um, Tomorrow, Auntie Ellen will be live. Y'all tell me if I'm right. Is it 4 or is it 6? I don't know for sure. Maybe it's 6. Bam, will you be live on Monday? She finally caught up and now she wanted. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Um, Will you be live on Monday, sir? And Urban, if you're here, will you be live tomorrow? I will be live on Sunday. Auntie Ellen will be live tomorrow, but I don't remember the time. She can do captions on her side through YouTube. Okay. I also close mine off. Okay. Um, Wait a minute. I didn't see. Oh, okay. I thought something was said. I got to make sure people ain't talking about me behind my back. You have a video. Oh, fam has a video dropping in the morning. It's 10 my time, 7 a.m. California time, whatever. Are you Pacific? But I know Eastern, it's 10 a.m. He has a video dropping. Who dropped a video today? Who said that? Imperfect Creations dropped a video today on collards. We're gonna check that out. Absolutely, 1000%, sis. Up. Y'all heard it here. I might go live. Is that tomorrow, T? Is that tomorrow? Okay, so be looking out for thumbnails. Urban must have stepped out because she usually catches me leaving from work to there. It's Friday night. People doing stuff. Drop the link for who? For TT, because she ain't put up the thumbnail, so there was no link to drop. But she could drop her channel link. So TT, put GVG in the chat just so it drops your channel link. That's my art. Girl, push the button. No, I'm just kidding. It depends on what you use. You can, some people do it through YouTube. I find YouTube to be the one that I least like, just because I don't have as many controls. I use StreamYard, but you've seen a lot of people use a lot of different platforms. So yeah, we see you, TT, and we'll support. Yes. Did she put her T? Don't get quiet now, T. Where your goddamn link? All you had to do is put GVG. She probably went to go copy it and paste it. Hold on, y'all. Unless she left. She said, shut up, G. Why you ain't posting your link? They looking for your channel, GBG. So they can get the link to your channel. Yeah. She over there sipping on wine. I can't. Oh, there she go. I was gonna say I can't get good help. I paid for good help. There you go. There you go. There you go. There's the link to TT's channel. And I was gonna say depending on what she can, I might can with her, but I don't know, y'all. We gonna see. Cause y'all see, I'm barely hanging on now. TT typically can. She's a night owl, so she'll can late. Like usually, we used to go live at 9, and I'll be yawning the whole time then too. Trust me. Yes, and y'all, she has a lengthy playlist for like canning and different stuff, not just the canning, but yeah. So she was on here heavy, like she just kind of is revamping some things right now because she has products going out, that she's actually set up a website to sell and stuff because she does her herbal blends and teas, things like that. So if you haven't checked it out, because she has posted it on her community page on here, ttsurbanpantry.com. you can see what she has out there for sale on her site. And I do, as a paying friend, because this last time I hit her up, I paid for my products because I was like, I actually enjoyed all the products I had. I'm gonna need to re up, and this time I'm paying because the first time it was a gift. So yeah, I'm telling you. Oh, imperfect, drop yours. That's imperfect is that frugal mama? Imperfect, are you frugal mama? Did you just change your name? No, no, no. Imperfect. That is oh my god, sis. No. Imperfect creations is don't say it. Don't say it in my chat. We was just talking last weekend. That is why is it Joe Bon Williams? Yes. Girl, why this whole time I'm thinking frugal mama? Girl, no. I know exactly who it is. I for sis. That is Jovan, y'all. So she changed. That was her handle anyway. Even though she came up as Jovan Williams, if you added her, it would have said that. Y'all, I'm sorry, my brain, Mr. BS. Listen, but it clicked as soon as I said it out loud. I was like, wait a minute, I know who that is. I know exactly who that is. Anyway, y'all, have a good weekend. I'm gonna see y'all in these YouTube streets. Make sure y'all following Imperfect Creations. Yeah, because I done been over there. Garden is nice. Baby girl, her little girl got her own little garden bed and everything. Actually, I need to go over there because I think you might have posted this week and I didn't see it yet. But thank you, Nikki. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Don't forget to start planning out those stocks. Seriously though, y'all. Don't let us be talking later on in the year and ish doesn't happen and y'all like complaining about all the things when you could have put some things in motions to kind of help alleviate some of that pressure. Okay. All right, y'all. See y'all. I'll be live again, like I said, Sunday. Film tomorrow has a drop 10 o'clock Eastern time. And Auntie Ellen will be live tomorrow. Look for Urban to post something and look for TT to post something because I don't know if either of those ladies gonna be live. All right, y'all. Peace. Love you.